Hey Stampers, thanks for coming back to scrappaperscissors.blogspot.com. Today we're going to be creating a card by making a bouquet of flowers. It's a very feminine card. It's very adorable. And, it showcases some of our best techniques, one of them being random stamping. Now, this is the second time I've created this video. The first time I couldn't find my paper piercer, and it drove me nuts, so I just decided to restart the video. But I did already get my random stamped image started. I'm going to add some other flowers here, but as you can see, I just randomly place items. I used a piece of paper to kind of cover up my vase as I was putting my grass stems in so that it didn't kind of go over the vase. So that's where we are right now. This is where we're started. I even stamped my sentiment over here, the with love. So, as I have found my paper piercer, which I apparently put back in my drawer, I'm going to kind of position this on my little foam mat here, and I'm just going to kind of play around with the 3 flower designs that I've picked out and kind of decide where I want them to go. And I really like this one, this big one right here. So I put a hole in my paper where I want to adhere my flower, and I'm kind of just putting a brad there and kind of just adhere it on the back. So you can kind of see there's my first flower. And I've got a couple other blues here that I like, so let me see where I want to put those. And I kind of like this one down here. And I use 3 different sizes because you want to have some variation. Repetition is always nice, so the repetition would be the flowers in here, but the variation of size and color will definitely make your piece stand out. And I think I'm going to put the other one right here. Oh, I don't know if I want it there or if I want it down here. I think I want it up here. So there I'm going to attach that one as well. Then I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim this off here. Just going to kind of trim around it so it's not such a big piece here. And I really like that. I really like that flower. So then we're going to get our card together. I just have a top folding card here. The dimensions on the front are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I've got, I believe this is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then I got just a cream color. And this is it's gonna kind of go like this is how this is gonna work. Let me see. I was thinking it'd be something like this. I might just trim this a little here. Yes, I like that much better. So I kind of trimmed that. And then I'm just going to use a scallop punch that I have on the piece of Colonial White. Now, the measurements they may differ from your project because it kind of just depends on how much white space you want with your project. So I'm going to adhere these just like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. And I want the pattern paper, which is from Magnifique, close to my Heart B&T Duos. I want that to kind of go about 1/2 of an inch up from the top, but yeah, I think where I got it positioned I like. Let me push it down here. So it'll be just like this. And I think the next thing that I'd like to do here is I'll take out my Dutch blue, and I think I want to go around the edge with it, just kind of to give it a little bit of color around that edge. And since I'm using kind of a Colonial White for my stamped image piece and for my scalloped edge, I think it'll nicely set those 2 apart. So I'm just going to put this on here, but before I do, let's go ahead and add some ribbon. I've got a piece of ribbon here, and it's kind of small, but let's just use some tape here. I'm going to put the ribbon across the top right there. Kind of small, but see what we can do to work with it. very, very small, but we got it to work. And now I can just put my image on there. I hear my kids slamming doors upstairs. They're playing house. So I'm going to kind of hold that down, press it down so it stays on there nice and tight. I'm actually going to take it off and put more glue, because when you get brads in there, it just kind of, I should have made this pop with some dimensional elements or something, but this should be fine. So I'm going to hold it in place. And then when we're done, you can simply add a piece of white cardstock to the inside so that it's easier to, you know, see what you're writing. So, for example, I got this one sitting here if you wanted to put white cardstock in there. Or you can just leave it the way it is. So that is our card today. That's us using Indian corn blue was what I used for the base. And then just stamping an image and kind of creating a flower base. Thanks for stopping.